Now, our one and only valedictorian, Darren Lee, will give his address.
Parents, teachers, family members, friends, school staff, and of course, Plano Class of 2012. It is such an honor for me to stand up here before you tonight to deliver a speech at our graduation. Of course, when given the opportunity to deliver a speech in front of thousands of people on live television, suddenly everyone thinks they have the best idea for the occasion. There's the typical request for a shout out from people I barely know, like Carlos and Lucy who sat across from me at our prom dinner, to people who I know quite well, like my former teachers, Mr. Marburg and Ms. Leifer. I hope y'all are satisfied with this brief mention. Then there's the slightly odder ideas. Give your speech as a rap, Darian. Or even, why don't you try interpretively dancing your graduation speech? I guess you can't trust everything on the internet. As one search for graduation speech ideas, yielded an idea that the speech should be given sans clothing. I think we all can be thankful that one isn't happening. One thing we certainly can be thankful for, though, is graduation. It's definitely the moment we've all been waiting for. After all, it's 12 years of our lives spent dragging ourselves to school, worrying about homework, and studying for exams, all in anticipation of this one moment. In fact, if you pause and think about it, we spent most of our lives simply waiting. Waiting for graduation, yes, but waiting for other things as well. Waiting for the weekend, waiting for summer break, waiting for college decisions, waiting for me to end the speech. No, stop. Why wait for things tomorrow when things are happening today? When I reflect on my senior year, I regret that so many of my memories are waiting for college apps, waiting for college decisions, waiting to leave for college. Instead of living in the moment, instead of cherishing the little time I had left with many of my fellow seniors, I spent my time waiting for something else in the future. When you leave Plano Senior High, be it for college, the military, or the workforce, remember that there are many, many futures, but only one present. As one famous pop singer laments, I wish I could have this moment for life. Unfortunately, moments don't last, so spending our time waiting for the next moment is simply wasting this one. But why must we sit around waiting for the future to happen to us? How long have we waited for flying cars, or space flights to Mars, or time machines? All right, those might have been some sillier examples, but the point still stands. How much else are we waiting for? We are a generation that is told the world is at our fingertips. We are told that this is a land of opportunity. We are told we can do anything as long as we try. Unfortunately, that is all too easily interpreted as having the world placed in our palm. And instead of reaching out to grab the future, we wait in the living room for Amazon to deliver it to our doorsteps. Perhaps a ridiculous example, but I used to be terrified of roller coasters. I foolishly thought that perhaps one morning I'd wake up and be absolved of this irrational phobia. I waited for the day God would take pity on me and bless me with the power to enjoy heights and thrill rides. Needless to say, this plan didn't really work, and I continued to tremble in fear at the sight of these steel behemoths. In fact, I'm certain this fear would have persisted indefinitely had I not been coerced to face the issue head on. Namely, my friends forced me to confront my terrors by shoving me into those metal death traps at Six Flags this past winter break. And as terrified as I've been of roller coasters in the past, I can successfully say that after riding the Titan 3 times in a row that night, from the sheer overexposure, I finally overcome my fear. Was it hard to overcome the fear head on? Of course it was. Of course the easy way out would have been just to continue waiting. But as Captain America once said, the right thing is always the scariest and the weirdest and the saddest thing you'll ever have to do. The easy thing may be to wait, but the right thing is to act. And in a world littered with problems, we certainly can't afford to wait around for someone to solve all of them for us. When the latest cancer statistics are released, don't wait around for someone else down the road to discover the cure. Discover it yourself. When politicians despair about the state of our national budget and debt crisis, don't wait for Washington to resolve the issue. Run for Congress, jump in the fray, and start fixing the issue yourself. When fame comes a knocking, don't wait for a 14-year-old Canadian singer to steal your limelight. Become a YouTube and international sensation yourself. Now, before I turn y'all loose onto the world to solve all the problems of the future, there's several quick but important shout-outs to be made. First, a shout-out to teachers. Thanks for putting up with us, since we all know you literally don't get paid enough to deal with all the trouble that we cause. After this ceremony, I want you to contact a teacher. I don't care what method you use. Write them an email, send them a card, approach them in person. I want you to contact the teacher that motivated you to make it through to the end. It's as simple as, thanks for all the memories of science here, Mrs. Shep, or thanks for being there for me, Mrs. Stanton, or Mrs. SG, you've been my inspiration. Next, a shout out to the school administration and staff and our wonderful counseling department. Though much of your work may be behind the scenes, we certainly appreciate all that you've done for us to get us on the stage tonight. Another big one, parents. All you parents and guardians out there deserve a big hug, and then some. We know who made the Walmart run at midnight for our project supplies, or who drove us home from after-school practice 5 days a week, or who brought us lunch when we forgot it at home. We remember all these and more, so it's with the sincerest of feelings when we tell you, thanks for being there for me. One final shout out, and this just might be the most important one. Plano Class of 2012, we made it. We made it through the tough times and the good times. We cried and laughed, sighed and smiled as a class. We attended homecoming and prom and football games together, and here we are, united, one final time, to walk across the stage together. We're off to do great, incredible, impossible things in the future, but let me leave you with these final parting words. Wildcat roots run deep, and our roots will always bring us back together as the Plano Senior High School, Class of 2012. May God bless you all, and God bless America.
Next, Lance Lanier, the football captain, who is also amazing at writing poems, will give a speech, all of the above.
Hey everybody, before I get started, I just wanted to thank the administration, faculty, all my friends and family, but most of all, my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I'd also like to dedicate this poem to a friend, Nicola Groh. All of the above. Class of 2012, congrats, we're done. High school is over, but a new chapter has begun. Life is all about making memories and such, being inspirational with the lives that we touch. We kept tradition alive, but we added our own spin. Shout out to the football team. Y'all will always be my men. We're all a part of something with our spirit and pride. Texas high school football is known nationwide. The Plano Paws dance to the beat of the band. Our pinkies linked all across the stands. But when our football season ended, our spirit never quit. We support all our sports. Our fans, they never sit. Cowbells, Plano flags, and painted up chests. I bet you'll never see that at Plano East or Plano West. Not only for our sports does our spirit shine, our clubs and classes are one of a kind. Dance for a Cause can get the crowd going. With Music Corps and Guitar Club, our fine arts are growing. We have theater and Planoettes, not to mention speech and debate. With back-to-back victories, we have much to celebrate. Deca Cookie Wednesday and the famous blood drive. Plano holds the record for saving the most lives. Then there are dress-up weeks. Okay, got it. Then there are dress-up weeks, where everyone goes all out. Silly traditions like Duck Week is what Plano is all about. From Avid to Hope and Hacky Sack Club too, we keep calm and scooter on, just like the Scooter Squad crew. Our school is selfless, serving freely to the community. PAL, Stuco, and NHS serve as one in unity. Guys, I couldn't have asked for a better senior year, but now is the time to put it in high gear. We were told of the dreams we could one day achieve, but now those dreams have become our challenge to receive. Will your attitude limit yourself or push you closer? Never stop. Keep your composure. Class of 2012, we have a mission. It's not about SAT scores or even college admission. It's simply to listen. Listen to your gut, that feeling deep inside. Never second guess. You have nothing to hide. Keep your heart young. Never let that go. Learn from your mistakes, because that is how you'll grow. But you see, the fault in most of our dreams is not that they are too big, but they're too small. Yes, with the higher risk comes a greater distance to fall. But that risk of falling has to be something we are willing to afford. Because you know, with the higher risk comes even a greater reward. Wherever life takes you, let me leave you with this thought. As you enter the real world, give it all you got. Thank you.
Next speaker, Justin Ying, will now give his speech, A Walk Down the Memory Lane.